What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, joined here with
Gershwan.
And today we're back at it again to give you guys more answers for your questions in another For the Greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put a question in front of your question because we get to those questions first. Also, if you guys enjoy the channel and you want to support us, hit us up with a super thanks. If you do, you could ask us anything, and in the next episode, you will be leading the next Greater WAAAGH. In other words, your answer will be a thumbnail question thingy, and you'll be represented.
Yeah, so this question comes from none other than Sand Demon. Who are the Primarchs from the Pantheon of the OMS comment section?
That's a really good question. And what you are referring to is like who stands out within the comments. Because we've been doing this for a really long time. Far longer than I think most people realize. Even before we were doing 40K lore videos.
Yeah, Pokemon, Hero Clicks,
yeah,
Magic. Yeah, we were doing a lot.
I think the one person that stands out in these Greater WAAAGHs is the big one.
Yeah, the big one, clearly, he's got to be like the emperor of our comment section.
Yeah.
He's always there asking the questions that some people are afraid to ask.
Yeah.
And it's very rare when he actually asks a 40K themed question. So I'm like, whoa, did he forget to switch from his main account to this one?
Yes. So he's definitely a really good commenter. We've also had, like, if you go way back, one of our first supporters that I still think is on the channel, he comments every now and then, is DM Crow.
Yes, I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, he's another guy that follows us, I think, on TikTok too. So yeah, if you're out there, DM Crow, you're an OG.
Yeah, and clearly he's the Corvus Corax of the Primarchs.
Yeah.
Another one that I haven't seen lately, but would always give us like maybe 6 questions per episode was Te Mandé a la Bird.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was another one.
Yeah. Brian B., who can forget?
Brian B., yeah. Who else?
There's been a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of you guys that stand out. Also, comments. Certain comments have always stood out, and one of them was, what would happen if Crew ate the Emperor? Very annoying question.
Yeah, because we answered it multiple times. I think we even did like standalone videos on it.
Yeah.
Theories, and we get them time and time again.
Yep. So thank you guys for the support. Thank you for the super thanks, and thank you for being awesome and always tuning in. So let's go to the questions with the big one, who asks, why does Santa Claus live at the North Pole? You would have to be absolutely mental to live there. There's no Mickey D's, no Popeyes, no KFC, no place to park your car, and bears popping all over the place. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's cold as crap over there too. But I think the whole theory is like, this is a place where nobody really goes.
Yeah.
So there's nobody to bother him when he's making his toys, or I guess when the elves are making the toys, and he's going through the naughty and nice list. So he just wants that peace and quietness that the North Pole can give you.
Yeah. Or Santa Claus is actually a Cthulhu, like, demon thing, because in one of H.P. Lovecraft's things, they went into, I think it was either Antarctica or the North Pole, and that's where they discovered like the ancient, thawed out Cthulhu demons and stuff like that. So
yeah,
Santa could be a demon. Next question.
This one's by Slick Glynn. Star Child? Question mark.
That is, I think, Redcon, so that's not even a thing anymore.
Yeah, the Star Child theory is basically that the Emperor had children, and these children are like the children of the stars, and they were gonna like be used as like a sacrifice to resurrect the Emperor, or they were trying to become their own Emperor by creating their own like space of like an army and civilization and stuff like that. But yeah, it never went anywhere. Yeah, I mean, there are sometimes, I think in the one of the new books had like a small talking of like the Star Child, but I think that's just another name to call the Emperor. Yeah, so nothing's really coming out of it.
I wonder what happened to Erda. Do we know yet?
Yeah, the Emperor exiled her, and it was like assumed that she either died or sacrificed herself when she was fighting against 4 greater demons, one from each of the Chaos Gods, and was it Erebus or Corphaeron?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so like, I'm pretty sure it was Erebus. He went up to her and he's like, hey, like, we need to talk. And then she ended up fighting. She ended up splitting up into like 3 women, a crone, a middle-aged woman in her prime, and a child. and she was able to like freeze things in time, create warp tornadoes and stuff like that.
That's insane. I wouldn't be surprised if GW brings her back as something.
Yeah.
Because they've been talking about the King in Yellow a lot.
Yes.
I've noticed.
Right. And speaking of the King in Yellow, we have a question from Wilbert1865. So, is the King in Yellow Constantine Valdor? And if not, who is he? Also, what happens if the King in Yellow gets a hold of the Star Child?
Oh, there you go.
This whole comment section is all one mind.
Yeah.
Because we are a syndicate.
We are a syndicate.
So in the newest book, it's kind of revealed that the King in Yellow, who basically has his own empire of angels and like blank warriors, has been creating, basically that, just an empire, and it's getting stronger and stronger to the point where the Imperium can't overlook it. And everybody's wondering, like, who is this guy? What's going to happen? And it's rumored, or I guess revealed now, that it's none other than the Captain General of the Adeptus Custodes from way back in the day, Constantine Valdor, and that he's trying to either resurrect the Emperor because the Emperor gave him a directive to do, or he's maybe gone crazy and he's trying to usurp the Emperor. It's kind of all in suspense as to what exactly is going on here.
I wonder what GW is going to do with that. Like, it would be a good way to introduce a new line of Adeptus Custodes. Or this could be one of those scenarios where now we're seeing a disconnect between the books and what's on the tabletop. Mm-hmm. Because in my mind, I would assume that GW wants to create cool stories on the Black Library so people buy models.
Right.
So yes, connecting, like you could even start a whole new line.
Yeah, honestly. There's theories that maybe Dorn and Sanguinius are working alongside him because they were all sent to the battle on Horus's flagship.
Yeah.
So it's like them three and the Emperor. They were all kind of like working in tandem during the end of the Horus Heresy. So maybe they're also working in tandem right up to the newest installment of like lore for 40K. So maybe we'll see that come to fruition in 11th edition.
Yeah. Or like even towards the end of 10th would be awesome.
Yeah, that could be like the major like endpoint for 10th going into 11th.
I hope that they do. When Gilliman came out, remember they did a bunch of, Triarchs? Where it was like
the Triumvirate.
Yes, that one. Where you had 3 really cool models. So having Primarchs as those, that would be really interesting. Really interesting.
Although I don't think they'd want to put all their eggs in one basket like that with Dorn, Valdor, and Sanguinius. Like, give them each their own time to shine. Even
though I felt like when Gilliman came out, like, I guess this kind of proves your point. Mortarion and Magnus. They came out at the same time too, and it felt like they, maybe because none of us are Chaos players, but they got kind of washed over.
Yeah,
it felt like even Mortarion in the Plague Wars was just kind of like, but maybe because we don't play those armies. Yeah,
but you kind of did get the feeling of like there's got to be a loyalist to come in because you got 2 Chaos Demon Primarchs coming up.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens in the future.
Yeah.
Did we answer his question?
For the most part. I mean, it's kind of been confirmed that, it's Valdor, but not really. And there's just, like I said, there's too much mystery with that whole plot point that we just got to wait and see what they continue to do with it.
Yeah. Next question comes from Eric Vazger. As his WAAAGH grows, will Godschool become a Krork, and will more Krorks rise from his army? So I'm not done reading The Beast Arises. I know what happens in the end and everything, but I don't know I don't think Godschool can become a Krork. I think a Krork is kind of just born, right?
Yeah, kind of like made that way by the old ones.
Yeah. So, no, he's not going to become a Krork, but his goal is, I think they call it Ragnarok, or they used to, or the Big Party, and that is to start 7 different great WAAGHs throughout the galaxy. He already has the WAAGH in Armageddon. He has the WAAGH at the that one sector, the
Octavius,
that one, yeah. And then now when he came out, when did he attack something? I just don't remember what he attacked.
It was the Space Wolf stuff, wasn't it? When he was fighting against Ragnar Blackmane.
Yeah. So like some Fenrisian sector. So he needs, what did I say, 5 or 7?
7.
7 of those, and then that's the vision that Gork and Mork gave him. Like when he does that, then he will become like the biggest, baddest orc ever, and he will send to something. Not very clear because Gork and Mork are cunningly brutal and brutally cunning. So,
and that's just like there's no like Gork and Mork are gonna come into the material realm if this ever happens, right? It's just like chaos for chaos.
Yeah, basically. And yeah, so no Krorks, sadly. Next question comes from Andrew Shearsby. Will Isha get a demonic unit?
So Isha is the Eldari goddess of rebirth. The Eldar don't really have demons. They have like they're just regular like Eldari. So like yeah, there's no reason for them to do like they're not chaos gods. They don't make demons like that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like if anything, Isha could create an avatar of Isha. Kind of like there's avatar of Cain's and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't see demons being a thing for the Eldar anytime at all.
Yeah, and it would be a really cool model if they did.
Mm-hmm.
Like an angelic, like very fertile, feminine energy type of model.
Yeah, something you could like bring in and just put in your like your living room to give off those type of vibes.
Yeah, I feel that our community would be really supportive of female representation on the
Clearly.
tabletop. Yeah. And those were the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, please comment down below. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we'll talk tomorrow.
Yeah, as always, it's been the Sound Alchemist,
Gershwan.
and we are out of here.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation.